I'm gonna unbox and review the iScooter i8. This is a super budget electric scooter that I'm genuinely curious to know how well it's gonna do during my test. I'm gonna do some uphills, do some downhills, give you guys my overall opinion on what a super budget electric scooter can do. Comes with all the documentation, comes with the tube and a pump extender, comes with the Allen key and the screws, and we have the charger, which is 100 to 240 volts and output is 42 watts of power. To fold the scooter is pretty straightforward. You basically pull this thing up, push this down, and this part would go on the rear fender, like so, and then you're good to go. And this is one of the lightest scooters, like literally, just to show you guys, even my left hand, I can do this. This is super lightweight for an electric scooter, relatively speaking. The controls, we have our rear drum brake, we have our bell. This is for the folding mechanism. You hold this for a couple seconds, it turns on. It's in eco mode. Double tap goes to the standard D mode. Double tap goes to the sport mode, which is S. And then double tap again, it goes back to eco. If you single tap, it turns on the lights. If you single tap again, it turns off the lights. And if you triple tap, it goes to kilometers an hour. And then if you triple tap again, it goes to the imperial miles per hour. And then we have our throttle. We start with the first hill, and I was going as fast as I can with the scooter before going on this hill, but this is a difficult hill, especially for the super budget scooters, because it's fairly lengthy and it's fairly inclined. And me being around 200 pounds is not exactly helping the situation, which is around 92 kilograms or so. So going up this hill, I have to slowly start doing the zigzag motion because it's having trouble going up just straight. Now, again, I'm just testing this because I want to test it, because even though I almost know it's not going to take me up there, but I have to test this thing just to see how well it would do, because again, this is a super budget scooter. We do have to keep that in mind. Now, if the hill isn't as long, it has no issues taking me up. If it's not as inclined and not as long, I should say, it has no problem keeping me up. So this thing's more designed for the flats or the very little bit of incline. Obviously the declines are no issue. Next we jump into the brake test. Now the brakes are linear, and it is a single brake. It's a drum brake, and I wasn't holding it down all the way, but just enough just for it to kind of slow down, just to show that it is a linear feel. And also I use this on a downhill over here as well, where I'm holding it as I'm going downhill to show that the scooter has no issues keeping me at a certain speed. And I also apply the brakes just to come to a complete stop on a decline, just to show that the brakes are normal. So they're not, crazy stopping power, but again, for a scooter in the super budget category, this is actually a pretty good scooter. Now, we get to just the smoothness of the ride. It doesn't have suspension, but the pneumatic tires do help. So I wanted to take it up some of the bumps, going as fast as the scooter can go, which is around 18 miles an hour, which I should say is 18 miles an hour. And basically going up the hill, the bump, even going at full speed, it still feels solid. It's not wobbly or anything like that. And, you do feel a little bit of the road, but definitely the pneumatic tires help with that. But overall, it is a fairly smooth ride. I mean, don't expect this thing, again, to be like a $3,000 scooter, but for its price, it's actually a legitimately good scooter, and it has no issues going to 18 miles an hour on the flats, as you guys could see right here. And I would say this is a very good scooter for anyone looking for just short commutes. If you want to just go somewhere real quick that's not super far away, because the range on this thing, I haven't not done a range test, but it's a few miles of range. So this is a super portable scooter. It's very lightweight. It folds up pretty small, fits inside my Model 3 trunk. I can take it to the beach, ride it around the beach if I wanted to, or take it to some nice scenic routes, ride it around there. It's great for that. If I want to do some short commutes, it's great for that as well. So if you're looking at, thinking about starting to get into a scooter, this is a really good first step. This is more of a beginner-friendly scooter. It's not a high-performance scooter. It's not going to go up crazy hills or anything like that. But for the price, it's a pretty solid scooter. Doesn't make any sounds, any noises, anything like that. Has decent stopping power, decent acceleration. And overall, I'd say for the price, it's a pretty good scooter. So let me know what you guys think in the comment sections below. And as always, smash that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.